being from here, like, gun violence is prevalent. And it's prevalent all across the world as well. So I just want to get your thoughts on that.
Thank you for the question. There is something happening in this country that we can either explain by accepting that we are more violent than other people on the planet, that there's some natural disaster of gun violence that has plagued the United States, or that this is a human-caused problem with a human solution. That's the version of this that I choose to accept, because we lose more than 30,000 of our fellow Americans. You're right, it is across this country in sensational mass shootings that can claim dozens of lives, and then things that are so numbingly familiar. 1, 2, 3 people killed at a time doesn't even make the newspaper or the news or enter our conscience or cause us to change anything that we're doing right now. So what will cause the change that we need to save lives? Universal background checks have been shown in those states that have adopted them to reduce gun violence by upwards of 50%. So 50% fewer boyfriends or girlfriends being killed by a loved one, 50% fewer police officers and sheriff's deputies being killed by those whom they are sworn to serve and protect. Why not implement that across the country and close every loophole? Now, your community, this state, has been a leader on trying to close the Charleston loophole, which essentially says that if we cannot perform the background check within a few days, then you are free to buy that firearm, though we do not know if you're going to be a harm to yourself or to someone else in your life or in my life. Close that loophole. Close the boyfriend loophole, which means that if your boyfriend or your girlfriend is using violence against you, is abusive, though you do not have a legal relationship, that is a material factor in deciding whether or not you should have a firearm, which you might use to continue to harm or to kill that person in your life. I think closing those loopholes, the gun show loophole that you mentioned, and then taking this additional step, which is ensuring that those weapons, which were sold to the United States military because they're very good at killing people in very large numbers, very efficiently, very effectively, that have, and there are kids here, so I won't go into this, but they have a different impact on the human body than a handgun does in terms of what they destroy inside of you. You won't survive that. It's designed so that you won't survive that because you're the enemy soldier on the battlefield who we want to stay down. Continue to sell those weapons of war into our communities means more mass shootings in our churches, in our schools, in our concerts, in our public life.